In 2001, a 23-year-old Lenard McKelvey, later known to the world as Charlamagne the God, found himself in serious legal trouble in South Carolina. An iPhone 15 accused him of drugging and graping her at a party. He was charged with criminal sexual assault with a minor. Fast forward to 2026, he's still co-hosting one of the biggest radio shows in the country, writing books, doing deals, and sitting comfortably in the media throne he built. The MeToo movement was supposed to change the rules forever. Apparently, the fine print said unless the accused is useful, entertaining, and has friends in the right rooms. So let's look into the method of madness of Charlamagne the God, lying in your face.
What the fuck?
Charlamagne the God built his entire brand on being a truth teller in hip-hop's media. You know, the one guy who says the others won't on the Breakfast Club? He came up rough in a place called Mock Corner, South Carolina. He did his time in the so-called streets. He got on the radio and then took a sharp turn and turned sharp takes and viral moments into an empire. But before the empire, there was 2001. A party, alcohol, and minors present. An iPhone 15 named Jessica Nicole Reed later said she was drugged and sexually assaulted. Court documents from this time show she was taken to the hospital where an examination noted signs consistent with assault. Charlamagne was arrested and charged with second-degree criminal sexual assault with a minor, a serious felony.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it.
Let's go.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all. Stop playing with my name.
You are now tuned in to Method Madness.
I don't know. They're just never there. I don't even know who's telling him I say these things.
He has always denied any sexual contact. He cooperated, gave DNA, and he's maintained for decades that nothing physical happened between them. But the court records suggest something different. Here's where it gets interesting and convenient. The serious sexual assault charge was dropped in 2002. Charlamagne pled guilty to a single misdemeanor contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Sound familiar? Specifically for hosting a party where alcohol was served to underage people. He received 3 years probation.
Charlamagne the God took to his Brilliant Idiots podcast, which he hosts with comedian Andrew Schultz, to address previous comments he's made regarding domestic violence and sexual consent. Charlamagne's message comes on the heels of sexual assault allegations against him from 2001, in which he was accused of raping a 15-year-old girl, resurfacing. Since the resurfacing of the rape case, some disturbing clips of the radio host recounting past experiences have also come to light. In the message, which runs for about 6 minutes, Charlamagne talks about a clip in which he discusses using Spanish fly. He prefaced the message by saying, "I posted this today because I wanted to address some clips that have been floating around from the podcast, as well as Vlad TV, where I failed to have productive, mature conversations around issues that demand respect. I attempted to have a dialogue about rape culture with an emphasis on the role men play. I can honestly say that I communicated that all wrong." Charlamagne went on to say that he misspoke when describing the incident and claimed that he went to a sex shop with a woman to purchase the Spanish fly and that the sexual encounter was consensual. Charlamagne then turned his attention to a 2013 clip in which he reveals that he assaulted a girlfriend when he was 16. "There's no legitimate reason for me to do what I did, but I did it. I immediately regretted it. I also made a mistake by generalizing that all men have put their hands on a woman at some point. I'm not going to speak for everyone else, I'm only going to speak for myself." Charlamagne then closed out the message by saying, "You'll hear more from me over the coming week and really for the rest of my life in the issue. I'm grateful for the women creating space for women and survivors. I look forward to using my platform more responsibly." Now, interestingly, Charlamagne made no mention of his 2001 rape case, which was eventually dropped in 2002. Jessica Reed, who was 15 at the time of the alleged incident, maintains that Charlamagne, who was 22 at the time, raped her at a party in South Carolina.
He even publicly quoted, "Years later, I pled guilty to contributing to delinquency of a minor and served 3 years probation after irresponsibly hosting a party where alcohol was served to minors. I will forever regret my role and creating an environment that was less than safe. Ultimately, the assault charges were dismissed because I had no physical contact with the alleged victim whatsoever.
You know, whatever.
They went out there copping out pleas when
Yeah,
had to.
they had to do shit.
Damn.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
Oh, for you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So being that I went down there and took full responsibility, lock him up.
Did it get through? You got indicted on it and everything, or?
Now I went to court. And they reduced the charges to like contributing to the delinquency of a minor because I had to give blood and all DNA samples, and it wasn't me. Whoever touched it wasn't me. So,
you didn't get no jail time over that?
Nah, I got like probation, like 4 or 5 months probation or something like that.
Man.
Something like.
That's so. I mean,
so that's the reason I don't play those games with females. I don't play games like that. Like if I'm kicking it with you, I'm kicking it with you. I'm not bringing no randoms over. Somebody I just met from the club. Some chick I just met. Like I go through a process. I talk on the phone with girls. I take them out with me a few times before I even try to get at them. Like I got to see where they head at. You know what I mean?
oh, you taking chicks out on dates?
I mean, I wouldn't call them dates, but they come with me where I'm at. You know what I mean? If I'm at a club hosting a party or something, yeah, you can come through.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
So the conviction on the record is not for child sexual abuse. It's for throwing a party that got out of hand with booze and minors. The accuser had always said the full story was much darker. She's fought publicly to have the case revisited. In 2018, during the height of the MeToo movement, when the allegations resurfaced, South Carolina prosecutors said they couldn't reopen it because the old plea agreement. Due process required them to honor the deal. A later civil lawsuit was dismissed on statutes of limitation grounds. Legally, he beat the worst of it. Culturally, the story got folded up, and now it's falling out of his pocket.
They was looking at me like just shaking their head. Not just sad. It's like, oh, that's Ye. That's Ye in that hospital bed. That's our Ye, bro. Like that's our Ye juice.
You are now tuned in to Method Madness.
Remember around 2017, 2018? The MeToo movement was the great reckoning. Powerful men were falling left and right.
We are learning now he has been sentenced to 30 years in prison after being convicted of sex trafficking.
Also tonight, a judge in Los Angeles sentenced actor Danny Masterson to 30 years to life in prison.
Essentially what happened in court today, Aaron, is that Harvey Weinstein, a 70-year-old man in very poor health, just found out that he'll be spending the rest of his natural life behind bars.
Believe women became the slogan. Due process, sometimes optional in the court of public opinion. When Charlamagne's old case made headlines again, the response from parts of his circle was protective.
If you listen to my podcast, The Brilliant Idiot, you may have heard me speak on it yesterday, but I want to speak about it here on The Breakfast Club, and I want to talk to y'all about it. I feel like intellectually and morally, America is declining as a society. I feel like people aren't being morally honest anymore.
Political commentator Angela Rye, calling her brother, publicly defended him. My brother is neither a molester or a grapist. He never drugged anyone. He never touched a girl. She would not come up on my brother off a lie. The show went on. Literally. The Breakfast Club kept rolling. iHeart kept paying. The audience kept listening. It seemed like nobody noticed. Meanwhile, the movement that was supposedly going to clean house kept finding its sharpest blades for people outside certain circles. This is where the sarcasm writes itself. People love to say Me Too about accountability and protecting the vulnerable, and in many cases it was. But human nature is what it is, especially in clout-driven industries. It quickly became a weapon that was aimed with remarkable precision. Call out the guy you don't like, the one from the other political tribe, the rival podcaster, the fading star with no power, no friends left, pitchforks are drawn. Call out the connected radio host who platforms your allies, brings in ratings, and is part of the same media ecosystem. Suddenly, we discovered a nuance. He was young. Granted, it was a long time ago. There was no conviction on a serious charge. He regrets the so-called environment, whatever the fuck that means.
You are now tuned in to Method Madness.
It's almost impressive how fast Believe All Women develops an off switch when the accused is in the right group chat. Friends make mistakes. Grace, content growth, therapy speaks. The person you didn't fuck with, straight to the digital guillotine. No questions asked. This shit isn't justice. It's tribal enforcement with better PR. So how does a man with a guilty plea tied to an incident involving a 15-year-old still sit on one of the most influential seats in urban media 2 decades later? Simple. The numbers never stopped. The Breakfast Club became appointment listening. He controlled his own narrative on his own platform. The legal case was resolved in a way that gave him plausible distance from the worst part of the allegations. And in the entertainment business, especially the lane he dominates, there's a long-standing culture of tolerance for flawed men who delivered entertainment and access. Power protects, ratings forgive, and selective memory is the cheapest form of loyalty. The same people who will tell you the MeToo movement fundamentally changed the culture will quietly keep tuning in every morning because the show is good. It's because he's funny, because he's one of us, because calling it out will require looking in the mirror. That's not a conspiracy. That's just how the Velvet Prison works. Comfortable enough that nobody wants to burn it down. Charlamagne the God has a conviction on his record connected to the night that involved a minor and allegations of something far worse. He has always denied the assault. The system gave him a deal. The culture gave him a pass. The real question isn't whether he should have a job. The real question is why the rules of outrage seem to bend so perfectly around whoever is useful or likable in the moment. MeToo was sold as a revolution. Turns out, revolution still has a guest list. I'm just here asking why some names stay on it, no matter what.
If you had a problem with me, why didn't you tell me privately? Why embarrass me in front of everyone?